Hi everyone, Keith here. Hey, I wanted to talk to you today about this cognitive dissonance, and basically I want to start out with a guy named Ronald Reagan. Back in 1986, he told another guy, Mikhail Gorbachev, tear down this wall. And here we are 30 years later. 30 years, 3 decades later. And we now have a guy in the same position as Ronald Reagan as President of the United States of America, building walls. It's kind of inverted as what we should be. You know, everything seems to be so backwards. And it's because we're not helping each other. You know, we have all this education that's so free to us right here on the internet. And all we got to do is punch in some keys. And there it is. And the problem with the cognitive dissonance is this one word, belief. And the way I look at it is it's like that, the old adage, don't put all your eggs in one basket. Well, everybody's got all these different kinds of beliefs. And if you put all your beliefs in one basket, and that basket gets destroyed, all of your beliefs get destroyed. And I think that's what we need to do. I think we need to start putting all of our eggs in one basket. Sounds kind of inverted, doesn't it? Well, the thing about it is, and I tell people all the time, I'd much rather live my life based on facts and truths of the reality of what we're doing rather than belief. The belief is something that isn't founded by fact. It's something that is just inherently felt. It's intangible. A fact is something that's tangible, something that's actually there, that can lead to a truth. And when we start, and believe you me, I know just like anybody else, we start our lives believing because we don't know. We're little bitty children and we're being educated. And that's why I say we have this multitude of educational tools right at our fingertips. We're not using it because we're feeling so much more comfortable in what we believe, in what we've been told, the intangibles, when the reality of things are right before us, but we don't do anything about it. And that's a big problem. Ronald Reagan did something about it. He started talking about it. He started educating. And now, like I said, here we are 30 years later, and we're reverting right back to building walls. In my eyes, it's a major problem. That leads us right back to Nazi Germany. You know, Nazi Germany wasn't about Hitler. Hitler didn't have very much to do with the concentration camps, in my belief, so much as the population and the generations before Hitler even came to power. 3 decades, 4 decades, 5 decades before Hitler even came to power, there was a Nazi party. And those beliefs were instilled through education. That's what we're doing here today. And that just dumbfounds me. The cognitive dissonance built up through belief rather than actual education and knowledge of the facts and truth is the main problem that we have in the world today. You know, before our forefathers even came to this country, before they came to this landmass called America, this place was great already. We don't need Trump to tell us, let's make America great again. We need to step up ourselves individually and make ourselves great. That's what makes what you have and everything around you great. Not what somebody else is spewing out their mouth. Not their beliefs. Truths, facts, knowledge. We need to start waking up to this stuff. And so I'm sitting here in Black's Law Dictionary. I'm looking up belief. We're going to see what belief says. There we go. Belief. And this is kind of astounding because right here it says a conviction of the truth of a proposition existing subjectively in the mind and induced by argument, persuasion, or proof addressed to the judgment. Belief. Conviction of the mind arising not from actual perception or knowledge, but by way of inference or from evidence received or information derived from others. A conviction of the truth of a given proposition or an alleged fact resting upon grounds insufficient to constitute positive knowledge. With regard to things which make not a very deep impression on the memory, it may be called belief. Knowledge is more than a man's firm belief. The difference is ordinarily merely in the degree to be judged of by the court when addressed to the court, by the jury when addressed to the jury. In other words, the same thing happens when you have a discussion, say on religion. Say you're a Christian, you're talking to an atheist. You're expressing beliefs. That's all it is. And when it says, when addressed to the court, or judged by the court, when addressed to the court, when judged by the person, when addressed to the person. If there's no factual founding, if there's no truth in it, then it's merely a belief. It's not even a degree of fact. It's just a belief. And if you're going to live your life based on beliefs, please don't express them to me unless you really want to get to resolve that belief and make it a known fact of knowledge based in truth. I can't do much about it myself. And I'm not saying I can't do anything about it, because I am. I'm doing it in my own life. I'm doing everything I can to point out the things that people believe in that aren't true. You are not required by statutes, codes, rules, regulations, ordinances, acts, anything like that, to do a goddamn thing unless you are part of that corporation that holds those rules, regulations, statutes, codes, ordinances, acts. If you're not a part of Walmart Corporation, why the hell would you subject yourself to their rules and regulations? If you're not part of the federal corporation, then why would you hold yourself accountable for their rules, regulations? It's idiotic. You believe you're not part of the corporation of Walmart, you're not going to follow their rules, but yet you believe you're part of the federal corporation. Learn the truth. Title 28 of the United States Code 3002, Section 15A. Look it up. It specifically states the United States, and here's the difference. The United States, not the United States of America. They're two different things. The United States is a federal corporation, not a government, including the judicial procedural section. They even call it a judicial procedural section. Why? Because in accordance with their corporate members, that is part of the judicial system. It is not part of the judicial system of the United States of America. learn the facts, gain the knowledge, so you can comprehend the truth and get away from the belief that you're part of the federal corporation. You want to keep signing your name and not knowing what you're signing your name to. That's your own damn fault. It's my fault. I've done it for many years because I lived my life all this time believing what everybody told me. I believed my teachers. I believed my parents. I believed the government officials. Without backing it up. My mom told me, Keith, the police are your authority. The police are not my authority. They're a corporate fucking organization. So yeah, when I say fuck the police, I mean fuck the police. I don't believe a fucking thing they say anymore. I don't even believe what my parents tell me anymore. I have to find out the truth. Anybody tells me anything, I gotta look it up. It's caused me a great many problems in my life. And the only solution is me. And I'm going to tell you the same thing for you. The only solution you can find, you have to do it. It has to be your solution. But in the meantime, if you're on that path and you're finding out these truths, help dissipate the cognitive dissonance by helping educate others. And you can't force it upon them. You can't force it down their throat. All you can do is express your belief that what they're doing could be enhanced, could come to a better outcome if they would learn the truth. Gain the facts, gather up all the facts, acquire the knowledge so you can comprehend the truth. Without the truth, all it is a belief. Today, thousands of years later, we believe in the Bible. We believe in the Quran. We believe in this and we believe in that when we don't have first-hand knowledge. Today, I'm building first-hand knowledge. I go into the courtroom. I tell the police, fuck off. I go into court. I refuse to take my hat off. I refuse to stand up. Show me your authority. Or is this just a corporation? Have I committed a crime? No. By being who I am and leaving my hat on and not standing up in court, I have not committed a crime. Once we're awake and we start learning this stuff, we should become teachers immediately. You learn something, you should pass it on. Please, help each other out. Like Ronald Reagan said in 1986, tear down this wall. It says cognitive dissonance all over it. Put all your beliefs in one basket. And see if they hold up. God bless y'all. I love you. That's all I got.